So about 2 years ago, I started noticing scams going on YouTube. And I spoke out about it and I made a whole video about this one website called Clout. Now, the website was where the scamming was actually happening. That's where the magic actually was. The idea was you signed up, put in your email, username. If you referred a friend, you get paid $10. However, the $10 is always on the website. If you download an app, you get $5 to $10. And if you take a survey, you get paid around $50. Now, I had friends send me screenshots with over $1,000 in there saying, Tommy, this stuff is real. And whenever I would ask, hey, have you cashed out? The answer would be no, there's a threshold, or I have to wait 14 days, or I contacted support, but no one's contacted me. The idea was that was the scam. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because scammers, they're like artists, and great artists don't copy, they steal. And this concept of having a website that shows you real money, well, the picture of real money going up and up as a scammer tells you, hey, it's going up. Well, you say, hey, it's real because I see it with my eyes. However, what if the website is fake? What if the money is fake also? What if you can never take the money out? That's the big thing. And scammers took this idea and they ran with it. They did it with Bitcoin, with Forex trading, and with whatever bots they could come up with. Now, that's not where the story ends, because again, scammers are innovative people. They're very smart. Honestly, they really are. So what was next? Well, you guys remember those YouTube comments with Logan and Ted, and they would always say the same thing. I love the video. Hey, you want to be friends? Those were those scammy comments. Now, that was not the problem, and that was not the scam. But the technology was actually amazing because it allowed people or scammers to basically mass spam a bunch of different channels at the same time with the same comments, with different conversation, and allow them to actually generate a bunch of potential scammees, people that are gonna be scammed. Now, here's a problem. There are so many comments from so many different channels that it makes the YouTuber impossible to actually try to manage it. It's kind of like trying to empty out the entire ocean with a bucket of water. It can't be done. It's not gonna be done. So YouTubers usually, they try to delete them, but most of the time they have to ignore them because there's just so many. Now what this happens is, with all three of these scams put together, you get what I called the perfect scam. You get referral base, you get an actual website, and you get always more people coming in because you have a bunch of spam comments always happening, especially from YouTubers, Instagrammers, and TikTokers. Now, here's where things get interesting. For my subscriber, the person that lost $70,000. Now, let's call him Delvin, okay? And that word means very unlucky. Now, the idea was simple. About a year ago, I started doing something that no YouTuber was actually doing. I started talking to you guys one-on-one on the phone and answering your questions. The trick is, this way, I save time by answering one question, posting it, and answering the questions of thousands of people. And this way, you guys get a direct answer from me. Now, I spoke to Delvin one-on-one, early stages of this entire concept on that channel called Ask Tommy Bryson. We spoke, and my advice is always the same. It's very boring stuff. Hey, get a budget. Spend less than you make. Pay off your debts first, then save for emergencies second, and then finally, worry about investing into a Roth IRA, index funds, ETFs, and then focus on saving up to buy a home. That's my advice. It always is because it's worked so far and it's amazing. However, once Delvin got off the phone with me, by luck, he got a DM from someone on Instagram pretending to be me. Now, can you guess what the username actually was? It was actually at Tommy Bryson, but with two N's. Now, this is tricky because if you're not paying attention, you're not going to notice. And if you got off the phone with Tommy Bryson himself and you see a message, you might say, well, this is the guy. So they start talking together. And it's always obviously via text because You're not going to give yourself away because you don't want that person to hear my voice, because obviously they're not going to sound like me. I have a very unique, annoying voice. Let's be real here. Now, what happens next is a tragedy. Delvin went ahead to YouTube to search up the scam that was being offered. And the scammer said, pretending to be me, hey, I have this entire bot. It's this website. And we're going to trade Forex. And you're going to double your money, triple your money, make money, whatever the quote actually was. Delvin went onto YouTube, searched me up along with Forex trading, saw a video by me where I said, hey, I wouldn't do this myself. It's risky stuff. It's not my game, but it's not a scam. Because trading currencies cannot be a scam. It's a real thing. But having a bot do it for you and the bot makes you money automatically, that's probably going to be a scam. But all these stars aligned, talking to me, then the scammer, then that video. And it's like just confirmation when all you want is confirmation. Even though I said in the video, don't invest, or I said to him in person over the call, don't invest until you're debt-free and only invest into ETFs and boring things. But you know, during that time when everything's happening, you don't really notice all these things. Let's be real. Let's be honest. What happens is he starts off with $700 to $1,500 the first month. And that money, obviously, it keeps growing. And the scammer keeps talking to him, hey, you made this much money. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, this is great. I want to make more money. So he goes ahead and invests more money and more money and more money and more money and more money. And wait for it, more money. After 12 months, approximately 1 year of talking to the scammer, whole relationship, whole friendship, I believe in some sense, and thinking that it's actually me, he has over $70,000. Now, here's the caveat. I'm not sure if he invested $70K in total. And by the way, this entire call I had with Delvin is fully recorded, and I'm gonna post it on YouTube with the entire scam stuff. So this way you can kind of see the details, because this right here is a real story. It's real stuff. And that's why I want YouTube to find out about this stuff and put a stop to it. Now, here's what happened. He has $70,000 in the account. He wants to take it out. And obviously, this is where the game ends. Because the scammer says, well, you can take it out, but you need to pay, for example, some type of fee to take the money out, or you have to wait X amount of days. But obviously, once the days pass, it's still not coming out because no one's going to give you that type of money, especially a scammer. So then he makes a threat. And the threat is, if you don't give me back my money, Tommy, I am going to make a video about this. And I'm going to ruin your reputation in a sense. And he told me this, you know, because the idea was, guys, while all this stuff is going on, he has a fiance. And now he's at the final level. The scammer, I don't think, is no longer responding to him, or is responding, but is basically just giving him excuses. So then his wife, fiance, I'm sorry, comes to my channel and says, hey, Tommy, are those people that talk about WhatsApp and stuff on your channel, is that really you or just someone else? One of you guys say, hey, that's not Tommy. It's a scammer. That's usually what they do. And I respond saying, hey, usually it's a scammer. I'm not going to ask for money. I'm not going to give you my personal number. Like, let's just be honest. And things just don't add up. However, she was very smart. She went ahead and she scheduled a call with me. I always have a link down below on my channel. So if you want to talk to me one-on-one, you click it. It's free. And you get to talk to me one-on-one and ask me anything about money or finance for my other channel called Ask Tommy Bryson. Now, I get on the phone with his fiance. And the voice I hear is a little quivering. And it's also a little resentful in a way. Because kind of like, when you really do believe that this guy stole $70,000 from you, it's kind of like, what the heck? And I could kind of tell from deep inside. And she says, Tommy, is that you? And I said, no, I would never ask for money. It's not what I do. And she says, well, my husband says he spoke to you. And I'm like, I spoke to him? Like, when did I speak to this guy and told him how to scam him and stuff? Like, I don't do that stuff, right? And he says, well, he spoke to you over a year ago on this same type of line. And did he say I gave him that advice? No, but then after that, you hit him up on Instagram. And that's where things click. And she went ahead and put Delvin on the phone. And that's where things got interesting, because Delvin told me the entire story. And I told him, hey, Delvin, when we spoke on the phone, did I give you any of that advice? He said, no. Have you spoken to me in person, like, or over the phone since then? Just WhatsApp, and it's been via text. And I said, well, where did you talk to this person? He says, well, it was via Instagram. Do me a favor, Delvin. Do me this one thing. Go on Instagram right now and search up my name. Tommy Bryson. He says, yeah, with 2 N's? No, just 1 N. It's my name, Tommy Bryson. And he clicks my profile. He clicks message. And I say, what pops up? He says, Tommy, I sent you a message before, but you didn't get the chance to answer. And I said, yeah, that's me. By the way, I'm sorry for not answering, but I got a lot of DMs, you know? And he says, it's kind of like his mind is just like devouring all this information all of a sudden because everything is starting to unravel. And, you know, I feel really bad about it. And his response was, Tommy, what should I do about this? Because obviously, it's not you. You're not the scammer. The profile says you're not a scammer. It's not really your Instagram, not your phone number. I'm talking to you right now. You don't know about any of this stuff. And the idea is, I said, I don't know what to say. Because it's not like we're dealing with $500 or $700 a year. We're dealing with $70,000. It's a lot of money. And I say, you got to contact the police. You got to contact the FBI. You got to contact somebody. But if you send somebody money via Bitcoin to an unknown address, you're probably not going to get the money back. They're going to block you once you make it evident. You want to basically report them, and that's usually what happens, and you get finessed. I had another call from somebody else from the Philippines. Some lady gave her like over $1,000 to somebody out there, and all the money's gone. And resolution here, the end to this very bad story. Here's what I want to say. On behalf of all YouTubers, most of us, okay, we're good guys. And no one's going to usually ask you for any money, have a whole WhatsApp number, are going to try to scam you, are going to have this whole website built out, are going to have this mystery way to make millions of dollars and basically not make a video about it. You know, like none of this stuff makes sense. So my advice would be whenever you want to talk to a YouTuber, use their official links in the description below. And they usually have verified accounts, and this stuff makes the process a lot more easier and simpler. And like I always say, and my grandma always says, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. And one good thing about the story with Delvin is not going to be that he's going to get his money back. Probably that money's gone. I'm just being honest here. But the one good thing is I told him, when we spoke, what was your problem? I didn't have any money, Tommy. I had a lot of debt, Tommy. And all these things were going on in my life. And I said, well, look at the good part. You managed to set aside $70,000 over 12 months, although it was for a scam. So if you could do that for the promise of money that's not yours, you could fix your financial life in a short period of time, in 12 months. And this right here is going to be a big L for a while. But it can be fixed by fixing your situation today. But I said, call the police, call the FBI, call somebody, because this is getting out of hand. And for YouTube out there, I can't post a video without getting tons of spam comments. My favorite videos that I ever posted are filled with spam comments. And it's very hard for the creators to interact with the fans, the people that support them. And that's what makes YouTube so unique. And you know, I love Marques Brownlee's videos where he talked about this too. And it makes it so unique because you get to talk to the actual person that made the content and they reply to you. And you have this sense of like community in a sense. And these scammers, they're taking that away. And again, it's complicated because scammers, again, they're very smart. They're like Picasso. They don't copy, they steal. And they innovate every single day. And they add on top of the last thing so they make a better scam all the time. But I'm not a genius here. I'm not a software engineer. But I could say that this could be in a way fixed when you have people verify their phone numbers, verify their emails before they can comment. People can't comment from one IP address more than 10 times in 10 seconds. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Like, there are things that can be done. And YouTube is getting better at filtering comments and so on. But other people out there are building programs to do a better job than YouTube, a company that comes from a billion-dollar company like Google. So why not make this a bigger deal? Because real people out there are losing their money. And us YouTubers, we can comment about it, we can talk about it, but at the end of the day, the real solution is going to come from YouTube and solving this with their algorithm. Guys, that's all I have to say. And that's it. And even in this video, most likely, you're going to see scam comments. So do me a favor. If anybody asks you for money Anybody DMs you asking you for money, pretending to be me, just do me a favor and just report them. If I ever talk to you, it's usually gonna be on the phone. If I ever DM you, it's usually gonna be with a voice note because I'm pretty lazy and I don't like typing. So you always know it's me, and I'm never gonna ask you for money. The only thing I have for sale that I sold after 5 years of doing the whole finance YouTube stuff is my course, and the link is always down below. But that's it. And for Delvin, I want to say this is tough, but it's not impossible to come back from this. Again, do your part, like this video, and top out also leave a comment down below to make sure everyone over at YouTube finds out about this and they actually make a change about it. Thanks for watching. Long-term team out. They got one of us, but we're coming back.